certainly know from firsthand observation.
Yes, I
would. So, Tony, the story that is my favorite of all time is, which we won't go into any more detail than just the outline, is when, remember, I had to be the Black Scorpion because, and I actually saw that kid at Dusty's funeral. The kid quit Al Perez. So I had to be the Black Scorpion in St. Louis, right?
Right.
And I was completely cracked because I had to hide under the ring for 4 hours, remember? And then come out. Yeah. So when I got back to the hotel, Tony and I will admit to this. I did put on my robe.
Yeah.
And I went and got Tony Schiavone. And, and you did see the world champion in action.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Let me, Rick, if I can.
And then you exited the premises.
Rick, if I can, let me tell the real story of this thing, because I have a vivid. I don't have a vivid. I'm getting older, as you know, and so my memory is not as good as it used to be. But I've got a vivid memory of this night because it is in the late.
Hold on one second, my Conrad. We can always edit, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, go ahead. Conrad's loving it.
All right, go ahead. I was always a good guy, and I would go to bed until someone would come get me. Well, the phone rang in my hotel room in St. Louis, Missouri that night, and it was you on the phone. And you said, "Come up here, I got something I want to show you." I said, "No, I'm not." You said, "You either come up here or I'm going to come down there, get security, we're coming in your room." I said, "All right." So I came up to your room, and you had that little thing, that little gimmick on the door that they use, to keep the door open. And I knocked on the door, and you said, "Come on in." So I came in, and there you were with the mask on, in that gigantic robe. And that thing, I don't know how much that cost you, but that thing was elaborate.
Yeah, I know it cost me like $4,000 just for one event.
Oh,
Olivia Walker made that for me.
Yeah. And so you said you had that robe covered, and you were standing in front of, how a lot of times in the Marriott, the closet has mirrors on the outside, and you were standing in front of that, and you went, in a scorpion voice to me, you went, "Sting." "How can you contend with this?" And you open up your robe, and you did have a stitch of clothes on, and the baby's arm was full erect.
Oh, my gosh. How can you contend with this?
And you closed the robe again. You said, "Let me do it for you one more time." I said, "Well, what the hell? Why not? Go ahead." You went, "Sting. Sting. And with this." And the second time you opened it up, the robe was so big and heavy it almost knocked you over. And I said, "Okay, well, I've got to go wash my hair. So I'm going to leave. Have a nice day." And you said, "No, stay here. I'm going to go." And you walked out. And I'm thinking, "Oh my God." So I did what any good friend would do when you walked out in the state that you were in, with that robe and mask on and nothing underneath. I did what any friend would do. I went back to my room and went to sleep.
Yeah, that's the night I got locked out of my room. I couldn't remember what room it is, and had to ride down to the lobby in the elevator in my house.
Yeah, so bring me a key. So just to take it one step further, you had some friends with you that night. I think maybe from Charlotte. I'm not sure. Charlotte, but I can't remember who it was. I was never good on names. For some reason, I got called back up.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Room, to your room, and there were two guys there.
Okay.
And I knocked on the door, and for some reason, you may shed some light on this. I don't know. She may deny it, but Terry Boatwright was there. I don't know why Terry Boatwright was there.
Terry Boatwright. Oh, Terry Reynolds.
Yeah, Reynolds. I called her.
Oh, yeah.
Boatwright was her mate.
She was just walking down the hall and was summoned to come. I can't remember.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the word got sent out that the baby's arm was in full view for everybody, so maybe she wanted to take a look at it herself. Now that could have been it. I don't know what the reason was, but I remember going back in your room, and those two guys said, "We got to go find him." And I said, "Go get him. I'll stay here in the room." And one guy came back about 10 minutes later, and he said, "The other guy's got him." I went, "Good." The other guy came right back about 2 minutes later, and said, "I don't have him." And I'm thinking, boy, this is a story for the ages. And then that was about the end of it with me. And then I heard the story about you getting in the elevator and getting locked out of your room, which I thought was a great way to cap off that night. Yeah.
Yeah. As I was hollering to the girl at 6 a.m., was opening the restaurant, get me someone from the front desk with my mask and robe on. That got over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, enough of these stories. I thought we had